The FBI thought he was a spy, but was it all a lie? According to the Nunes memo, my favorite memo, my next guest has been the subject of intense surveillance by the Bureau because they suspected him of working with the Russians. There's been plenty of questions surrounding the FISA warrant against him and how it was obtained. But I have more important stuff to ask him. Here with me now is former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. Hey, Carter. My first question. Every time I see you interviewed, you're always smiling. Why are you always smiling?
I had that spray can. Actually, I was ready.
That's funny. Do you get a lot of fiber? You seem kind of relaxed all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, because it doesn't seem like, I always think when I look at you, you don't seem like a spy to me, which means you could be an amazing spy, right? You're just so happy.
Well, actually, Laura Ingraham picked up on a bit of it because she figured out where I was. Our campaign committee met with then candidate Trump one time, and I was very, very far away. And
right.
She figured out where.
Where were you? I
can't say exactly, but I'll give you the hint that, let's just say it's closer to North Korea than Washington, where that meeting happened.
Oh, interesting.
But you can ask Laura about that.
I will. We're having lunch tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Not really. Anyway. So, are you a spy?
Well, actually, so on the North Korea front.
That's not a no. Are you a spy?
Well, the North Koreans, they offered a much better deal. It was only $11 billion from the Russians.
Yes.
And they jacked it up a little bit, so that's how I ended up heading in that direction, actually.
So why are they after you?
I think it's because I'm just...
You're very James Bond.
Well, I think, I knew some of the people in the Clinton orbit, and I think they figured out I'd be a pretty easygoing guy in terms of, throwing out all these crazy stories with some of their collaborators in and outside of government. So,
you know what's interesting about this whole Trump phenomenon is that there are people like you. It was like 2 years ago, you were an obscure guy, eating Cheerios in the bathtub, watching reruns of Friends until 6 in the morning.
How'd you know?
I did. Well, I have a camera. I have a camera in your... I'm actually...
on the FISA way. Yeah,
I'm actually the Russian spy. Okay. But then there's this political earthquake, and everything's changed. And so basically you were an obscure person who's now not a household name, but you're like somebody that shows up everywhere, and you probably have your own Wikipedia page now, though I haven't changed. Has your life changed a lot?
Actually, that Wikipedia page showed up within hours of the fake news stories that the DNC and the Clinton campaign managed to plant in September 2016. So you're right, I was definitely a nobody before then, but.
Now you're a frightened somebody. Are you followed a lot? Like followed by mysterious people in overcoats? Perhaps Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs tends to follow people in overcoats. Very strange habit he has. But I mean, like I'm sure you have to move around a lot because.
Well, I think because of the domestic terror threats that I was suffering from for a long time. But that's the beauty of all these memos that are coming out. I think people are starting to realize what a complete joke this whole process has been. So thus a perfect place to be discussing here on this show.
Yes, I'm very glad that you showed up here. And because I asked the hard-hitting questions that nobody else does, like, are you a spy? Nobody asked you that. By the way, where is your lawyer? Like, your lawyer allows you just to go everywhere? He's having a nervous breakdown.
Actually, I've been studying the law. I was never very interested in the law. I always followed it and was sort of in one.
I don't know if that's really a good criteria for defending yourself.
Well, but, with the civil rights abuses I suffered, there really became a great interest of mine. And actually, it's per that last panel or the last segment you had about First Amendment on college campuses. I actually I've been doing a big research project on FISA abuse and the First Amendment, and I was originally planning to speak at a conference at Yale Law School. But you can imagine how that went over. So it ended up getting the axe.
The audience feels sad for you.
Actually, it's the night of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I had a couple of invites for that. So maybe,
Are you going to go? I might see you there. I don't know. Who invited you?
A few people. We'll
Oh, interesting. Russians?
Definitely not Russia. Although there's...
Why do you spend so much time in Russia anyway? It's those nesting dolls. Everybody loves those nesting dolls.
Yeah.
Are you selling like illegal nesting dolls? Is that what this is?
That's actually the only theory that hasn't been tried as of yet, so we may need to look into
I think
that.
you've been trafficking in illegal nesting dolls. I happen to collect nesting dolls. By the way, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Inevitably, there's going to be a movie made about you. I had some ideas of who could play you in the movie. Samuel Jackson, I think, could be good. I thought maybe Jennifer Lawrence, because it's like, why stick to gender?
Yeah.
And then, but of course, I thought Paul Giamatti, because he's everybody's character actor. Is there anybody you'd like to play you?
The only suggestion I had heard is Bruce Willis, and I think it's just because of the haircut, which goes back to your question about the good looks. So,
no, you're natural.
Does it.
I was thinking more of the guy that plays James Bond. What's his name? Craig. Daniel Craig. I almost said Roger Craig. The running back from the 49ers from 20 years ago. My mind is blown. Carter Page, always a pleasure to see you for the first time.
Definitely, Greg.
I hope something bad does not happen to you. I hope that you safely get to your car and back to your hotel on 43rd Street and 5th. I'm joking. That was to throw the scent off. It's actually at the Best Western downtown. All right, I don't hold grudges, but if you leave now, I will never forgive you.